Rolling, they say.
Did you take notes? Have you got notes?
Yeah, I did.
On your phone?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got my phone out. I never have my phone out.
This is crazy.
Makes me feel weird, but we got it.
So that gives me free reign to just use mine the whole time?
Yeah, why not? Let's pull up some YouTube clips.
Oh.
Stream some Netflix.
Oh.
We'll watch some Drive to Survive on Netflix season 4.
I'm looking for free agent baseball signings.
Oh yeah, so what's the deal?
I just got to refresh that every 5 minutes.
You get your baseball after all. All that bitching and moaning from the entire
and it doesn't
fan
matter
base.
anymore. It's all in the past.
Well,
the bitching and moaning is over. Full steam ahead.
No consequences?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's consequences.
Like, are people
well, there's
burning
actually
their
already
jerseys or?
No. From the fan standpoint, I don't think it quite got there. And there's already some players that are, cashing in a little bit more than they might have before.
So who didn't it work out for?
I think that'll remain to be seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a big show.
Yeah.
The greatest show circus on earth, as they call it, right?
Pretty much the way it goes.
That's what they refer to baseball as?
The
greatest show on earth?
I think that's the Stampede.
What about
best summer ever?
Isn't there a sport like a national
the greatest
sport?
show on earth.
Greatest game on earth? Is that golf?
Well, I think the NHL tried to steal that for a while, didn't they? The greatest game on earth?
Certainly better than golf. Interesting. Yeah. But you get your baseball.
I get my baseball. And when does your F1 start?
Well, it's already started.
Is it already
First
started?
race is this weekend.
Okay. Because
two weekends of testing.
Talked about there being 3 weeks in between end of season to new season beginning.
Yeah, but the new season of the famous Netflix show is out.
Can you do a is there like an F1 like a fantasy draft?
Oh yeah.
There's fantasy leagues?
Yeah.
Do you get into that?
I'm the commissioner.
Of course you are.
Yeah. We start on Friday.
Your face is on the trophy?
Decided to but there is a
Is
trophy.
that legit? You are legit in an F1 fan? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Bunch of Vankas, which is a quote from that Netflix show. Yeah, no, this is the second year. I started last year just to dick around with friends.
Yeah.
And it's kind of grown since then. So this year we should have probably almost double. Like we'll have 16 or.
And how does it work? How do
it's all F1. It's all F1.
All in placing.
You pick 5 drivers. You have a budget of $100 million. You pick 5 drivers and a team, and then you can swap them, trade them, try to make money off them before every race. And it's $25 if you want in. You want in?
I love making you sound like a complete.
You want
nerd.
in?
I love it.
The pinnacle of motorsports and probably the worst designed app. It is by far using the F1 fantasy app is by far
They've
the
got
worst
their own
experience I have on my phone right now.
They've got their own app.
Yeah.
For doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Because
official.
was it Yahoo Sports that?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done fantasy before. This is the only thing I've ever done fantasy for. I
Lies.
tried for the first time fantasizing with the guys last year, and this year we're fantasizing with even more guys. So
and do you have full blown message boards? Is there trash talking?
We did start a WhatsApp group chat for this year. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Keep digging yourself.
Yeah. I mean, what you are not in it, but you are very close to a fantasy league for baseball that is not only takes it seriously, but travels hours.
Yes.
Hours.
Yes.
People migrate to the middle of fucking nowhere in Saskatchewan?
Yep.
To spend 2 days, 2 nights and 3 days picking fucking players.
They have a minor league draft. It's ridiculous.
The cool thing about that is that your dad did take part in it,
they
right?
tried to rope me in forever, and
you
I
didn't
just
do it at all.
I
weren't as into baseball back then. Though.
Not as into baseball, and I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to be sitting there every single day to make sure that I have this. Is that with F1? How intensive is it?
No, I don't have to order a book in December that arrives in April. That's here's the best 3,000 new players of the season.
1,200 pages of okay, good. That's my thing. I don't have the time to invest in reading, doing, researching, looking at all the single A, double A, triple A leagues to see who's coming up to. No, thanks. But yes, so they roped my dad into it because my dad is a massive baseball fan and a big, and he, I think he was still working when he started going out with those guys. But anyways, once he got into retirement, he got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And my dad loved the game and the stats of the game and all that. So great, you can have my dad. So, and my dad is, as you may or may not know, is a social worker and a mental health therapist, and much older than all the other guys that are in this league. So they'd meet in Outlook. And
Outlook, Saskatchewan. How many hours from here?
What is that, 5 probably?
Okay.
Give or take. So
population 300.
If that. it almost doubles when these guys come in for their baseball draft. So yes, these guys come in from Manitoba. Some come from Alberta. They meet there, and I'd get a call from our mutual friend at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And say, hey man, your dad's showing us young bucks how it's done, and he's giving therapy to all the locals in the outlook.
God,
that's
awesome.
what my dad would do. He'd sit there and
That's awesome.
BS all night. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you should get into it.
Nope.
I mean, you've been posting about baseball. You're pretty excited.
I love the game. I love watching the game. I follow the stats. I know the players. I just don't have the time to manage a team.
Now, so with the app, with the F1 Fantasy, there's actually an app that I have on my phone that tracks the market. So the value of 20 drivers and the 10 constructors, the 10 teams, fluctuates throughout the week. So if you're paying attention, you can buy and sell to increase your budget, right?
Yep.
So I have an app that actually alerts me when, hey, you should probably buy this guy because he's about to go up or he's about to go down. And I know at least 2 people in the league listen to the podcast, so now they know my little secret.
That's it. Now you got to come up with something else.
No, I'll keep using it.
You just got to be on it. You just got to be on it.
Yeah, I added like $5 million to my budget last year just by using that app, pretty much. So I don't think it's cheating. I don't know.
Wow.
I wish there was a fantasy something or another for music.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I don't know how you do it.
Based on shows, album releases, chart positions.
You could do chart positions. You could do awards, but it's also fucking it's
little
all subjective, right?
Yeah.
There's no like solid. There's no solid. I don't know. I don't think we can do it.
And that's I don't even know if I'd have the time to put into that. I just don't take anything seriously enough to get that. Playoff drafts, I think. Did you ever do playoff drafts at work when we because there was would be a playoff draft? I can't even
never.
And even if it's the thing where it's just pick 30 players and everybody's picking the same 30,
it seems like a lot to me.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah, I think my fantasizing with the people in our F1 league that's where it shall stay. Now so you saw a show last week, right?
Vizia, yep.
Were you there on Saturday as well for a little bit, or?
No, I couldn't make it out Saturday.
Okay, so
that was Friday night.
You saw that show, so you've officially seen a concert since the reopening.
First one in 2022.
Wait, really?
Yep.
There was nothing. I guess
it's been
nothing in February.
Nothing. I think it went from. I think USS was here at the end of November.
Yeah,
I can't remember if there's anything in December. So that was a good 3.5, 4 months.
And how was it?
Without anything.
It was good.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Get to watch our fantastic crew.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes here.
If you go to a show at Bose, I mean, you're guaranteed to see producer Ryan, and more often than not, you'll see producer Ryley here at Communal Creative Studios, home of this very podcast, The Road, the Stage.
So you have not been to a show yet?
No, I have. I did. I went to Bose last Thursday to watch good God,
St. Groove.
Some very talented musicians. Colton, Conrad, Pierre, and oh God. Who else is there? Mitch, yeah. It was really cool. They're really, really smooth. Like it was a lot of fun.
And it's a unique setup for those shows, right? Is it like a kind of a dinner, like a more casual
kind of
thing?
People are just chilling.
Just chill? Yeah.
We were just sitting there watching. Really, really cool stuff. Some groovy stuff.
And do you have anything like booked? Any bigger shows? Anything that you're gonna?
I mean, come on. Everything I've been listening to for the last few weeks has just been in anticipation of not just the shows that we're expecting at Bose, but hopefully some interview guests that we'll get here on the Road the Stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're moving up real quick.
Kind of. I alluded to the fact that the floodgates are opening, and it is like there's just an insane amount. Well, what producer Ryan was saying that an 80-hour
week next week, something like that. That sounds like the work of 2 people. There's like country shows coming back to every venue you could possibly think of. We've got a million shows at Bose to look forward to. It's pretty good. What have you?
The arena shows are starting to pop off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys announced the Nostalgia acts.
Nostalgia, a lot of nostalgia.
Yep, yeah. Who's tour? It's Alanis and Garbage. And then what was the other one?
There's Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick.
Right.
The Foo Fighters, which I don't know if they announced an opener.
I don't know who's Cleopatra opening for.
That's a good question.
I thought they were opening some big stadium tour.
I don't think it's the I don't think there was an announcement for the Foo Fighters.
When is that Foo Fighters show?
September.
Did you buy tickets?
No.
Oh, well, you will be though. Right?
Foo's one of those shows
10 times
you
or
don't.
something.
It's always a good time. Dave puts on a good show.
Did you watch their movie?
No, I just saw it on our streaming service last night.
What's
so
it
actually,
called?
I might Studio 666, which I might. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. It's been out for. Have you? Okay. You got to have your expectations where they should be and know that this whole thing's going to be done pretty tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're out to make like a.
No, I don't think it's
Scorsese style.
No. I just think it was just pure humor,
right?
Pure foo humor. Which,
Let's take what we would normally do in a 4-minute video, which they've done some amazing
for sure
videos over the years, and make it an hour and a half.
I have no idea. I mean,
so would you watch it?
No, probably not.
Okay.
No, I don't. I mean, no, I wouldn't. But what is this you posted about this metal? What is this metalheads thing that you'd share on your Instagram?
Metal gods.
Metal.
So I know Tom Morello's behind it.
Right. Is Jack Black involved too, or something?
No, this looks like a pretty legit. Like this isn't School of Rock.
Oh, okay.
Although it looks like it's in a school setting.
Right.
But yeah, so I think that's what it is it's a metal band that tries to recruit, almost like we kind of talked about with Protest the Hero and Jada Kelly, where there's a young lady in school that's, I think, a little bit more operatic.
Right.
And they bring her into the fold and try to create this metal band. Honestly, it looks pretty
interesting. That's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Jada Kelly since our interview?
Yeah.
It's a really good record.
The whole record is great.
It's so interesting because I feel like no song is really that similar. Does that make sense?
100%.
It's very, very diverse sounding album.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
Like I mentioned, that Pitch Black has a real kind of petty kind of vibe to it. You get some Casey Musgraves feel out of it.
So I don't know much about Petty. All right. I've never focused on Tom Petty before.
Maybe drop the F1 from time to time and go fucking pick up
I
a
could do
Petty
both.
record or
is
do
Petty,
both.
Petty good to listen to while Motorsports is on?
Shit, yeah.
Okay, so
Running Down to Dreams, always ranked as one of the top driving songs of all time.
Is it actually?
Yes, it is.
Well, I know those. So I know the hits. But if you were to, obviously, there's got to be one Tom Petty record that is the go-to, right? Which one is that?
Damn the Torpedoes. Well, I mean,
that's the famous one.
That would probably be my Full Moon Fever.
Okay,
would probably be deemed his most classic album, right?
Okay,
that's Free Fallin' and.
So what's the second album?
Well, Damn the Torpedoes, Full Moon Fever.
All right, okay. I got some listening to do.
Yes, you do.
Have you been listening to Tom Petty? Did Jada Kelly's musical stylings lead you in a Petty direction?
I'm never. It's so funny. That's Petty's one guy that I'm almost constantly listening to.
Yeah.
So not that it led me back in that direction, but again, if you're familiar with Breakdown, the song Breakdown.
Yeah.
So listen to Breakdown and then listen to her song Pitch Black.
Okay.
And there's just some similar vibes.
Okay. You do it back to back?
Oh, I do it back to back, side to side,
alternating,
forward, frontward.
Very cool. What else have you been listening to?
Well, it's honestly embarrassing because I do try to keep up and find some new tunes every week. But that fucking Spoon album, which we brought up with, I think Sally on the talking with the Mono
Big Spoon fan.
It's just fun. And I'm not a huge Spoon fan. It's not like. I've listened to all of their albums.
Yep.
And I'm not a massive fan. This album's just really good.
Yeah,
just really clicked for whatever reason.
Pretty good for sure.
So if you were to ask me the top 10 songs that I've listened to over the last month, probably all
Spoon's in there. Are you digging back into the Discog?
I'm digging back through the Discog, which I'm a little bit familiar with. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan by any stretch, familiar with some, but going back through others. But same thing as you mentioned with Jada Kelly. There isn't 2 songs on that album that sound exactly the same. So I don't know. Have you gone through it at all?
Yeah, the Spoon album. Yeah, 2 or 3 times for sure. Where'd you get the vinyl from? You did a big unboxing.
Yeah, New York. So I forget what my wife was. We try to spend some time together, some quality time on the couch, watching some things.
Yeah.
That we don't often agree on what to watch.
Yeah.
So I was kind of zoned out, and I'm on my phone, and I'm flipping through, and I just scrolled across a post of theirs, and it was like an orange and black vinyl.
The wax.
Cool. And I'm like, oh,
that looks nice.
That looks nice.
Yeah, because you're fucking repping orange and black all goddamn
right.
day. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I was attracted to it. And anyways, so went to they're signed by Matador Records.
Yeah.
And that orange and black was a exclusive to Matador.
So you just ordered it straight from Matador?
Ordered it straight
Okay,
from
cool.
Matador. And then I felt guilty, right? Because you get the price tag of the vinyl, which isn't whatever, and it's in U.S. funds. But then you get the shipping on top of it, which is more than the record is.
Yeah.
But I kept justifying it in the back of my head, right? Because, times are tight. You got to watch the spending and all that, and maybe your record's a little frivolous these days. But I remember laying in bed the one night going, okay, so I ordered this record, and it's going to cost me, it's not that bad, like $65 all in Canadian. But I'm like, that's $65. There's that band and all their people that went into writing, recording, putting that thing together, to all the people at the plant that produce, press the vinyl, do the packaging, to the record company that sells it. There's a person there that's got to put it into a box and put it into a truck, that's got a person driving it to an airport, that's got people putting it onto. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That earned just a little piece of that $65.
There you go. You've done your job.
Right?
Yeah.
That's justified, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's a fine way to justify frivolous spending.
My wife didn't buy it.
You laid it out like that PowerPoint presentation?
I totally did, yeah.
Is that the first vinyl you've bought in a long time?
No.
No?
What while define a long time?
I don't know, pandemic?
No.
Buy a lot of vinyl during the pandemic?
I'm by no means a collector, serious about it at all.
Yeah.
But no, I'd I don't know, handful, half dozen a year.
I haven't bought a record in fucking ages.
It's the it's the experience. The experience is just completely different.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I did stream that Spoon album, obviously.
Yeah.
The whole first 87,000 times I listened to it,
Mm-hmm.
but to be able to just sit down, and then you're focused, right? Because other times you're streaming, you're driving, you're moving, you're whatever.
Yeah.
But when you go to put a record on,
strap in,
you're there.
sit down and listen.
You're immersed.
Try to avoid your thoughts. Just think about the music. Think about the music.
That record makes that pretty easy.
That's good. That's good.
So what was the last vinyl you would have bought?
Oh,
because didn't we talk about you've had your problem? Have you ever
still not fixed?
Issue?
But I actually packed up all my sound system, my speakers and shit, my amp last week. So I think as soon as I get it set up and settled in the new apartment, I'll go and buy that, I don't know, $10 or $15 replacement piece that I've been too lazy to get for the last 3 years or however long it is. But I haven't bought vinyl in a long time. I actually think that the last vinyl I bought was probably, if it wasn't at a show, probably at Bose, then it would have been Alexisonfire put out like their 10th anniversary of Crisis. Maybe not. That was a long, anyways, I couldn't tell you. I do know that I've pared down my vinyl collection. A few months ago, I decided that instead of 5 or 6 milk crates, I probably only need 4. Maybe I wanted 3, and then I was like, 4 is probably fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a full milk crate of records that are ready to go.
Well, until you get yours fixed, if you want to, you're moving, if you want to have somewhere to store them in between the move and.
Man, I had a buddy give me a record 12, 13 years ago, and I lent it to someone down in Calgary a long time ago. Have I told you this?
No.
And we parted, never heard from him. We used to work together, and then I left that job and just didn't talk to him ever again. And I had to reach out to him probably 6 years after I'd last seen him, because for some reason I'd searched that record up on eBay, and it was like $400 or $500. And he didn't know anything about it.
Of course he didn't.
Didn't know anything about it.
I bet he knew what the value on eBay of it was.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like we talked about with on Zune's episode.
Yes.
About the
My Bloody
Valentine vinyl, which did we ever find a price?
Yeah, we did. It was a couple $100.
Was it a couple hundred?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I missed out on and especially when you're listening to, not as mainstream music or mass produced, at least on the vinyl side of things. There's limited runs to get. So with the White Buffalo, I, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I didn't get his one album, Love and the Death of Damnation, on vinyl. And it's on Discogs. I think the cheapest was about 500.
How limited was it?
It must have been pretty fucking
holy
limited.
Shit, like 500 or something, or less than that, I guess.
Less than that, maybe.
Wow.
I don't know. It's absolutely crazy. So, anyways,
you're not getting it then.
My birthday is coming up in a month.
Oh, okay.
Just bank that information.
We'll
okay.
Crowdfund for this elusive record. Yeah, I am excited though, because I'm going to start buying vinyl again when I see it on the table at Bose, on the merch table.
Right.
Because we've got a ton of amazing shows coming up. I've been listening to a ton of Braids and Snotty Nose Rez Kids Braids is on March 28th, the Bows, and Snotty Nose is the day after, March 29th. Their 2021 record, Life After, is very, very cool. I wasn't familiar with them before that. Really cool stuff. And then Braids I've been listening to for a long time.
And Snotty Nose just got the opening gigs for USS on their last two.
Right, I did see
final
that.
2 ever shows.
Right.
Which I think that'd be a fun night.
Yeah, totally. That's a lot of high energy there. I just found this record that I wanted to recommend from this Winnipeg band called Tunic. And they put a record out a few months, I think in October, November, called Quitter, which is really fun. Very, very heavy. And then Royal Canoe, been listening to them. Actually, I was on the phone with my mom the other day, and she was talking about, she's like, oh yeah, I got a notification on Facebook about this band that I follow. They're playing in Hamilton, and I really want to go see them. And then I saw that they're playing Bows. I was like, who the hell? Like, who are you talking about? But it was Royal Canoe. So
wow, your mom is cool. Have you seen that video that they've sponsored on Facebook?
No,
it's a little minute-long a cappella.
No.
Clip that, yeah. Oh, it's so good.
What is it for? What are you, like, promoting the show?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, I don't think I saw that.
I've said, if anybody watches that 1-minute clip and doesn't want to go buy tickets,
yeah,
you got something wrong.
There's also, this is something that, like, I wasn't totally familiar, but May 22nd at Bows, there's a show with a guy named Paul Jacobs. And Paul Jacobs is from the band Pottery. And Pottery is fucking amazing. They've got this album called Welcome to Bobby's Motel, which is like, it could fit into a Frank Zappa Talking Heads kind of vibe universe. Very, very cool. So I'm even more excited about that show at Bows now that I've kind of connected the dots there.
And I haven't got it yet, but I am gonna get the Boy Golden vinyl for the Church of Better Days, because we have that show coming up too.
Yeah.
And that album,
Bobby Tenderloin Universe, and
fantastic.
Boy Golden,
start to finish.
June 9th.
June 9th.
Yeah, my buddy Stuart just got his vinyl. Bought it straight from Six Shooter Records.
Did you?
No rolling papers.
Did you? Did you? When we had him on, you had signed up.
Yes.
To be a member of the congregation or whatever. You were supposed to get something.
The email list.
Yeah. But he was going to send out like stickers or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Never
I don't
came.
think so.
Okay, well, you'll get them on June 9th then, maybe.
And then, I don't know. What else? Like, I've been spinning this. Did you give Mitski a spin? She put out her new record, Laurel Hell, a few weeks ago, which I've been obsessively listening to. I know you're a huge Tears for Fears fan, so I gave their album a spin.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
Oh, I'm a big Tears for Fears fan. Yeah. It didn't grab me.
Okay, good. Because I watched the video for, I forget what their single.
Oh, I didn't see that. Was it cool? The video?
Like it's
the visuals.
The visuals are pretty good.
Yeah.
They aren't quite as young as I remember.
No.
Obviously they've aged quite a bit.
Yeah.
But still, like it sounded good. It didn't. You're right. It didn't. Catch me.
I don't think it was. I think it was a good record, but
yeah.
My dad used to listen to a lot of Tears for Fears because they go pretty wild with their experimentation and instrumentation. But
I would say beyond songs from the Big Chair, I don't know that I listened to a whole bunch of Tears for Fears.
Yeah, I forget what the album I spin a lot is called, but yeah, I like when did songs from the Big Chair, is that what it's called?
I think songs
when
from
did
the
that
Big
come
Chair
out?
would have been 83-ish.
So you remember when it came out?
84, yeah.
And was everyone into it?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty poppy at the time, though.
Shout and
yeah,
everybody wants to rule the world.
And you liked it at the time, or did it go against your metal instincts?
No, I was so that would have been 83. That would have been right around the crossover time. Like I'll admit, like Duran Duran was one of my favorite bands.
Right?
When I was
I
kid,
forgot about that.
Which they had that kind of rock lean to it at least a bit, anyways.
Yeah, no. So I gave it a spin. It wasn't my favorite Tears for Fears, but not too bad. And then another one that I wanted to point out is this band from London. It's just instrumental music, but it's called the Growing Old EP. They're called Hunter Gatherer. So cool. It's like 4 or 5 songs, very quick. Really, really cool stuff.
And what kind of instruments?
It's pretty heavy.
It's okay.
It's
heavy,
like
yeah.
Just
kind of like the protests.
Not that
stuff,
heavy,
or
not that heavy, no,
intricate?
and not that orchestral.
Okay.
It's pretty bare bones, like just rock, instrumental rock kind of stuff.
And I think we both listened to Wet Leg.
Oh yeah, you've been listening to Wet Leg. I don't know if we talked about them.
Yeah.
Really cool songs.
Very cool.
Yeah. Wet Leg, and then I think Pillow Queens is another one that's kind of popping off right now. They're Royal Mountain, and then Basement Revolver.
Right.
That record I can't get enough of. I really, really like that. That's a super dark, moody album that I'm vibing to.
I
like
saw
crazy.
I saw this question making the rounds this week, and it was a really good music question. So you talk about instrumentals. What's your favorite artist or song that isn't in English?
I mean, that's a hard question. That isn't in English.
Yeah.
With lyrics.
With lyrics.
Oh, I don't know.
I know. I saw that question. I was like, damn,
that's really tough. I mean, I can't say that I'm interesting. Can't say that I can think of anything off the top of my head. I do find that every week on the new YouTube list, I've said this before, but there's always one French Canadian song that I think is really, really good.
Yeah.
No idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
But really, really good. I like that they sprinkle in those 3, 4, 5 French Canadian releases every week. But damn, what about you? You got one?
Well, the thing that came to mind right away was Kaleo. Did you ever listen to that Kaleo album a few years back? AB.
I'm not sure.
It's a good, actually really
Iceland,
good album. They have
right?
Yeah. So they have a song that's 100% in Icelandic.
I think we talked about it a while ago, but Tanya Tagaq is Inuit throat singer.
Yep.
But yeah, damn. I listen to
It's a good question, though, eh?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of instrumental music for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But
to listen to something, and then there was an old, there was a country song in the '90s, guy by the name of Rick Trevino, who was from Texas.
Okay.
So he had a very Spanish flavor. That was all. I like that tune.
Was Pagliaro? Does that
No,
count?
Pagliaro. But there is Nena, 99 Left Balloons.
Oh yeah, is that
That's
German?
all in German.
Right. Is that there's English in that song though, right?
There's an English and a German.
Oh, is there?
version.
Okay.
Oh, Big Sugar also did French versions of. There's a French version of.
Is Gordy French? Do you like sing in French?
Yeah, I think it's Brothers and Sisters. Are You Ready? I think there's a French version of that album. Yeah.
Crazy. No, that's a really good question.
There it is.
And I don't
Dig into
have
it.
an answer. What about instrumental? Do you like beyond like movie score stuff? Is there an instrumental band that you really like?
Full on instrumental band? Like
Yeah.
all of their stuff is instrumental?
Yeah. You've never heard their voices.
No, that
No?
would be a tough one to think of off the top.
I mean, at that point, it's kind of a weird thing for some people to listen to because there's no vocals to latch onto or understand the context with.
Yeah. Well, and it's even like,
And
You know,
a
I
lot of
would've-
those songs are 10, 15, 20 minutes long.
I definitely listened to a lot of like Steve Vai and Satriani stuff that was
Right, yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
Although some of the Vai stuff for sure had some vocals.
Not a strong suit.
No, no, definitely
I
not.
don't think.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely have to think of that. Probably, like a Steve Vai.
Interesting. See, I can't answer the international lyrics, non-English lyrics, and you're struggling to find an instrumental.
Like full-blown, I can think of instrumentals.
Full-blown
But
instrumental.
like a full-blown instrumental band. Like that's the whole album start to finish, no vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm full of it. I'll send you a huge playlist of nothing but instrumental stuff. I want to touch base on food real quick because I think you'll find this very interesting.
You know what's really funny? As I was planning, I was going to ask you if we weren't doing a podcast based on music.
Yeah.
What would your secondary passion be that you could do a podcast on? And
Probably
I thought-
food.
I thought
Yeah,
food
probably
would
food.
probably be the one.
But yeah, I ate ass last night. I ate.
Hey, do we have
Have
to
you
like?
had
Do we have to put like a rated M on?
No,
this
of course
episode
not.
Now? Is that
I ate chicken ass last night.
chicken ass.
Chicken ass on. So I think it took like 3 or 4 chickens to pack our skewer full of ass, and it was fucking unreal, man. Chicken ass, hearts, and oyster, and beef tongue last night. Beef tongue and gyoza was delicious. Man, beef tongue.
Why?
Can you smoke beef tongue?
I'm sure you probably
should,
could,
dude,
but I don't know that.
The flavor. Oh my God. You should try it. You should do it and just
Have
don't
we
tell anyone.
talked about your like ethnicity background? Like my
White
grandparents
is
were Dutch,
very
and
white,
so there was
very
a lot
white.
of that head cheese and tongue and
Tongue? Oh, was there
heart
tongue? Was there tongue?
My opa ate. Yeah.
I think you should try it, man. I think a smoked beef tongue might be money.
No,
Have you tried it before?
no, but even just thinking about
See, how can you?
this big slab of tongue.
Would you eat chicken ass?
And just think of my tongue and how like chewy. What it like?
No, all the muscle, all that muscle is perfect. That's why the oxtail. Oxtail is so juicy and fatty because that fucking tail is wagging all day long. It's like the strong as hell.
Okay, where are you that you're eating chicken ass?
So it's the spot called Shokunin. I just got a DM from them, so they must have seen my post. But it's a Japanese restaurant. The chef, I believe, is famous to some degree, and one of the best, if not the best, meals of my life. So you go there, they've got their daily sushi menu, which is like so good. Like, you're not a sushi guy, right?
No.
We had sable fish and then some fish belly. I forget, maybe it was salmon belly. But anyways, it's like you didn't even chew. It just like disintegrated, just melted. So beautiful, so good. But you get skewers it's called yakitori, and it's the way that they cut these very defined pieces of chicken in this case. So yeah, we got the hearts, we got some ass, which was basically just fat, and oysters, which chicken oysters are like this really fatty piece of the back of the thigh, or dark meat at the back of the thigh. Very, very tiny piece. And then yeah, you dip it in this this bowl of fancy soy sauce that comes with an egg yolk in it. You stir the egg yolk in there. Oh my God. And beef tongue. Like I said, beef tongue. It's delicious.
I don't know that I'd listen to your food podcast.
I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, I'm not crazy. It's one of the best restaurants ever, like that I've ever been to. It was so good.
I wouldn't say you're crazy. You're one of maybe a few. I can't imagine it was a busy restaurant.
Oh,
is it like 3 or 4
Dude, we've been
tables?
waiting on this reservation for
because
like,
there's 3 or 4 tables.
I mean, it's not. We also there's a 90-minute max time limit on your table. They're fucking busy. They're busy. This chef was on Netflix. He was on like a Netflix chef competition. But
and is this in Kensington? Where?
No, it's on 4th Street.
Okay.
In I wonder what their Google rating is. Yeah, it's on 4th Street.
Don't even pretend like you didn't leave a glowing review.
No, but I will be. 4.5. 4.5.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty damn good.
You ate ass.
I did. I ate ass.
So are you getting the bumper sticker now? I eat ass. Are you getting that big
Ass
vinyl
man?
sticker? Ass man.
Yeah. So someday when you're down in Calgary, we should go and eat ass together.
Let's go and do that. Okay, sure.
Chicken ass. It's funny because I'm eating this fancy meat and I'm thinking about you because you have almost like exponentially opened up your world since you started smoking meat, right?
Yeah, but it sure as shit ain't fancy, right? We're talking pork bellies or briskets or
pork belly can be very fancy.
Well,
you can
I guess
make pork
that's
belly
true.
very
Okay.
fancy.
All right.
No, I mean, I'm just saying you should come on down sometime and eat some ass down in Calgary. Let's do it. Chicken ass with some soy sauce and yolk.
What a sell job. I am in.
The funny thing is that you will love it. Like it's so tasty.
I don't know if I could get past the tongue.
The tongue, that's fair. But at the same time, if that's what I need to do, is I just need to serve it to you as something else. Tell you it's a steak.
Bury it in a bunch of whatever.
No, you want that flavor,
Okay.
man. You want that flavor.
What kind of music do they play as background music while you're eating ass?
I don't know what they're playing. I'm not paying attention to that at all. I was I'm not kidding. My girlfriend and I are sitting across from each other, and I'm just like, this is so good.
And she's into it?
Oh yeah. She wasn't too into the ass and the hearts especially beef tongue. I think she's a little.
And how do they cook it? Like my grandparents would fry up the heart. Like
it was fried on a skewer.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. So yeah, well, I don't know what music they're playing, but that's a good sign. I didn't pay attention to the music because the food was so good.
Man, I'm trying to think of what I would if I went and ate ass for you. What do I mean? I don't know if I can compete with anything like.
The funny thing is on the menu of all the yakitori. So
they
all
don't
those
call it
cuts,
chicken ass.
Yes, it's called ass. It is the ass. It is chicken ass. All right. You know how pork butt is not the butt of the pork. It's actually above the shoulder, right?
Yep.
No. This is ass. And it's a delicacy.
Eggs came popping out.
I guess so. I guess so. I don't ask. That's why I can eat it, because I don't ask these questions. But they've got this full menu. So like one of them is called sweetbread, which is the chicken thyroid. And that is one of the most expensive because I think it was the most expensive because it takes like 5 or 6 chickens just to make one skewer for you.
Wow.
So you're ordering all of this food and it's showing you how many chickens it takes. So I think it took like 4 chickens for our skewer of ass. delicious.
I mean, what if the one chicken was a little too exercising and just got a little too...
Then you got even more ass. You got a juicier
No, it worked
ass.
off the ass.
Oh, that's a lean ass.
That's a lean ass. You got a lean ass.
Not at this restaurant.
Give me a fatty ass. Okay,
Only
well.
the thick ass.
Chalk that up to things I never thought we'd talk about on the podcast.
There we go. A little food chat.
Eating
food chat.
chicken ass.
Yeah. So I think you should come down sometime. Save up your money though. Don't buy that next record
Okay,
because it's quite expensive.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, you don't know how much ass is. It's very expensive. But anyways.
Okay, no, I won't ask. We'll go. We'll make that happen.
Yeah, we'll go. I'm just gonna see. This is the thing. I think you've started experimenting with your smoker. I think you smoke beef tongue if you can. I think that's a money idea. And get over your food fears and embrace tongue.
Keep going. Keep selling. You're not there yet.
So
I haven't quite. I got a brisket ready to go
in the smoker right now.
Not in the. No, it's my son's coming home on Tuesday.
Oh, family brisket.
We're gonna do a family brisket.
Yeah, I've got a couple places on that same street, 4th Street in Calgary, that I really want you to try food at. So
okay,
let's make it happen.
My family brisket, I conned Jackie at Bo's, who's the head chef at Bo's, into giving me her rub recipe.
And
well, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know.
So she gave you the list of ingredients.
I've got the list of ingredients and the portions. I got to build it myself.
Secret?
I'm pretty sure it's secret.
Like, are you allowed to share it? Not here, obviously, but like with friends or.
I do
not
want to break the trust.
That's an important thing, right?
The trust is an important thing. That I don't want that recipe out floating all over the place.
Interesting. Was there anything on the rub that in the ingredients list that surprised you?
Nothing that surprised me. No. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
No ingredients you're scared of?
No chicken ass. No chicken ass remnants.
No, there's no remnants because you eat it all.
No butt juice.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful time brisket.
Now, what will I listen to try to bring this back into some sort of music focus? What do I listen to?
Listen to us talk about chicken ass.
Okay.
On the Road the Stage podcast.
It'll be very appetizing.
Next week is episode 50, which...
Is it really?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's very cool.
I guess we are coming up on a year. April.
Something or another.
Something.
It's very, very cool. So congrats on that. You did good.
Good on you.
And I don't know. It's funny because I'm sure we'll talk about it next week or sometime down the line. But to think that we've been working on this for a year already at this point.
Over a year, yeah.
With these guys, Ryan and Ryley here at Communal Creative Studios. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, I think. So good job, team.
Cheers.
Cheers. And you could congratulate us yourself by liking this video and subscribing to the Communal Creative Studios YouTube channel.
And review it. Patrick went and had an amazing meal at a restaurant and was so moved to consider leaving a review 2 days later?
No, tonight. I'll do it tonight.
24 hours later?
Yeah. Okay. There's no time. They want me to think about it. They want me to think about how good it was.
Don't think about it. You loved this. Review it now. 5 stars.
Yeah. Do that. And what else we got? Who else are we hanging out with?
Shout out to Go Services Inc. And as mentioned, Bo's Bar and Stage, who have a ton of we've got so many live shows we're going to be talking about in the next couple of months. We didn't even get through. What else we didn't mention? Hawksley Workman is still on the way.
Oh, dude! I mean, who didn't we mention? Royal Canoe. I think we did mention.
We did Royal Canoe.
Oh God! Cancer Bats, Comeback Kid, Misery Signals.
Lagwagon?
Yeah, Lagwagon, Clayton Bellamy, that show's coming up this week.
There's
Ultimata.
A guy has had a couple of hits.
Plants Animals.
We talk about nostalgia.
Dan Mangan.
Pretty good guitar player this
Jakey
guy.
Graves with Begonia.
No.
Devin Cooper.
Also pretty good on that
Scenic
guitar.
Route to Alaska.
That's not who I'm thinking of yet.
The Trues.
He's in a couple of very big Canadian bands.
Big Canadian bands.
Big Canadian bands.
God, I don't know.
Maybe arguably one of the biggest Canadian bands.
I was watching some old videos of theirs the other day. Man, they had some style. The Guess Who, Randy Bachman.
Yeah, probably Burton more specifically.
Oh, 100%. Randy Bachman seems to have kind of maintained the same vibe and look and appearance since day one. Burton
had some looks.
He sure did. I was like, is that the same guy? At one point he had his head shaved like people did 5 years ago, and I'm pretty sure it was in the mid 70s. It was just a look. Yeah, it was so shocking to see that at the time. But
All right. Well, we get steady Randy Bachman
yeah.
in May.
Do you think he's going to just play music, or is he going to talk too?
I don't know. That would be great.
Have you seen him before solo?
I have not. Not solo, no.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because his son also had a little bit of a music career. And I know his son is touring with him, but I'm not sure if he's part of the Bow Show.
What was that song? She's So High?
She's So High.
Right, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I would, man, can you imagine a night of
just storytelling?
Storytelling and
he
then
did do it on CBC for like 10 or 15 years
he's
or something.
back doing it again.
Is he actually?
They just fired that back up again.
Interesting.
Rival podcast.
Interesting. All right, well.
Peace out.
Peace. Wednesday. The
Road the Stage is produced by Ryan Kuly and Ryley Surian at the Communal Creative Studios in Red Deer, Alberta. In partnership with Go Services Inc., Sawback Brewing Co., Tourism Red Deer, and Beau's Bar and Stage.